Block with me this 100% acrylic yarn sweater that I crocheted a few months ago. I'm not in love with it. I'm hoping blocking will make me like it a little bit better. It was leftover yarn I had in my yarn stash that I wanted to use up. But this tutorial will be good for blocking acrylic yarn, whether it's knit or crochet. This is made with 100% acrylic yarn. So first thing I'm going to do is get out my blocking pads. These are foam pads I got off of Amazon. You can also use a big piece of cardboard. Also, you will need some type of pins. These blocking combs I really like, also got them off of Amazon. And the foam blocks also came with these pins that I cannot get out. These guys here, regular sewing pins will work as well if you do not have these either. So either work, but I really like the combs. Lastly, you're going to need some type of steamer. This is a little steamer I take with me on vacations that I'm going to try, or if you just have regular iron with a steam setting, that will also work good. If you're going to use an iron, I recommend having one of these cotton kitchen towels that you can place in between your iron and your fabric, because this is 100% acrylic yarn. It will melt if it's on too high of a heat. So I believe these are called flour sack towels. They're 100% cotton and practically lint-free. They are fantastic for drying your dishes. And this was part of a set I got as a wedding gift almost 20 years ago. And look, they even cross-stitched on it. Isn't that super adorable? So it works as a great barrier between your iron and your project. If you use a steamer, you don't necessarily need it. I also have this spray bottle that I'm going to use. It's just filled with water. I cleaned it out. It's water only. There's nothing else in it. So why do we steam block acrylic yarn? This is because acrylic is a plastic product, so it doesn't have memory in the fibers like a natural fiber like wool or cotton. So it needs heat to help relax the fibers so it has a nice drape and to shape it. Now, that is a caution because we have to use heat, but we don't want to use too much heat where we melt the fabric as well, because again, it's a plastic product. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set up my foam blocks, and I also take my project to kind of measure out how many blocks I need. I really wish I had 2 of these kits. I only have 1, so I kind of have to maneuver some things around to make it work for sweaters. Next, on the back side, I'm just going to take my spray bottle that's just filled with water, and I'm going to spray down the side that's going to be facing the foam block, just to make sure the water and steam can penetrate all the way down into these fibers that are on the back side. And then I also flip it inside out, and I spray again the inside of the back side that's facing down. Next, we're going to start blocking, and we want to also have a tape measure. I forgot to tell you need that. So I put 3 pins up here at the neck, and I want to make it just slightly wider, but I'd like to make it a little bit longer too, to create the shape and size that I want for this sweater. So you want to take your tape to measure to make sure you have everything even as well as your blocking. So I did speed this part up because it does take a minute and it's kind of boring just to watch me, but you can see I'm using the combs and the pins to shape my project. And that's why these foam blocks are really nice, because it has this grid pattern, so you can make sure your sides and everything are even when you're blocking it out. And you can even see I had to adjust the blocks a little bit to make sure I get it right. And I have to move the pins a few times too, because I really wasn't wanting to make my sleeves wider, but as I stretched it, it seemed to be making them wider. So you'll see me measure that and put the pins in place on all the sides. I probably overpinned, but I prefer to overpin to have everything lined up and shaped the way I want to, and for my project to turn out. So you'll see how I pin, and then I'll measure, pin and measure to make sure the sleeves are the same length, the sleeves are the same width the body, both sides on the neck and everything's the same width and length, so nothing is kind of crooked. We want it as even as possible. Next, I'm just going to take my water and I'm going to spray the top of this just to kind of help with the steam to penetrate, to get down into the fibers to help shape them. Now, our 2 options for steaming, I'm going to use my iron, which has a steamer on a steam setting. If you're not going to use a barrier, you want to make sure you do not touch the fibers, which is why having this cotton as a barrier is so nice. And I'm not pushing down hard on the fabric. I am just laying it down and hovering it right over. I am slightly touching the cotton, but I'm not pressing down or anything like that, but I'm making sure it's getting steam all the way down. The next is to use your steamer. And with this, then you don't have to have a barrier. Make sure you don't burn your hand on the steam too. But the steamer really didn't work for laying things down flat. I usually use it on garments that are hanging up like on a door on hangers to steam, because you can see the water started pouring out. So that wasn't my favorite. So I'm going to finish it steaming it with my iron. And I think this really works great. I'm going to probably use the iron from now on and not my steamer unless I get more of a professional type garment steamer. But the iron works really good. So pretty much everyone should have an iron. I recommend it. Mine's a Rowenta iron, but you can get really inexpensive irons with the steam setting to block your projects. Now, not all projects need to be pinned as well, depending on what you're doing. I wanted to shape the project a bit more since it's a sweater, but say it was more like a shawl or a scarf where it maybe didn't need as much shaping, you're just wanting to relax the fibers, then you could just use your iron maybe on an ironing board and steam it as well. You wouldn't necessarily have to block. Once you're done steaming the fabric, you want to let it set in place and let it completely dry. Now, after it was all dry, I took it off the blocking board, I tried it on, and it all fit really good except for the sleeves. I wanted them slightly longer. They didn't have as nice of a drape as the body did, but partly that was because I couldn't stretch it as much as I wanted to on the blocking board because I ran out of room. So here's a picture. I didn't videotape doing this, but here's a picture of how I just blocked the sleeves again, and I'll do a close-up of that. I pinned them at the body so the body wouldn't stretch anymore, and then I stretched out the sleeves a little more to lengthen them, and I kind of did the max amount that I could stretch on these sleeves. I usually probably wouldn't do this as much, but since I ran out of yarn, because again, this was just some scrap yarn I had in my yarn stash that I wanted to use up. I didn't have any more and I didn't want to go buy more yarn for it. I was trying to see how much length I could get and how much I could kind of get away with. And then here's a close-up of the other arm that I did. Again, I did the same thing. I pinned down where the sleeve was connected to the body so the body didn't get moved anymore. And then I pinned my arm all the way down, and then I went through the same process where I got my iron out, had it on the steam setting, and I had my cotton barrier, and I steamed both of the arms, and then I let them dry overnight, and then took it off once it was completely dried. And so to remind you, here's what it looked like before blocking. Now, I swore I took a picture of myself in the sweater before I blocked it, but can I find it on my camera roll? No. So either I imagined doing that or I thought about doing that and never did. So next time I'm definitely going to remember to do that, but here's what it looks like now after blocking. And it's so much better. It's going down the arms now below my elbows, which is better. It was at my hips. Now it's way below my hips. It's a nice oversized sweater, which I'm more partial to. It's something just fun and cozy, and I think I will wear this.